So I'll be looking at Macbuntu Bigsur 2021. Uh, so basically, Macbuntu is a Linux Ubuntu-based distribution that has been themed to look like Mac OS. Okay, so currently it has its login screen. I'm at the login screen. So it's basically based on Ubuntu 2104. And it has the following features, which I'll be showing you in a bit. Okay, so let's first try to log in. Okay, I'm going to specify the password. Okay. Now, as you've noticed, by the way, this is it's desktop already. So the top panel here contains the applications and the time in the day. So okay, it's currently not responding properly on my virtual box. Okay, so it's already stable now. So we have here the time and the date. You can actually change the time and the date. So currently I forgot what setting this was on the language settings that I selected. But I'll try to change it later so that at least you guys can also know how to change the time zone. Okay. So this is actually its desktop, and you can also see the dock here at the bottom, very much similar to what you would normally see in a Mac environment. So it has the following features currently. It has Mozilla Firefox, any desk remote desktop control, VLC player, Pinta, GIMP, Photoshop, just to name a few. It also has a Guaki terminal, okay, NeoFetch, Mac OS 10, and Beaches System Cleaner. So this is actually Planck, very much common to other Win Linux distribution. So I also have done installing. So I already have tried installing Planck, which is actually not that hard. And it also has a white and dark white light theme for the Planck. Now, it also has the following theme packs installed. It's White Soar, uh, Mouse OS 10, Mouse Cursor, as well as original high HD wallpapers. Um, unlike actually the Mac or other Linux distribution which uses GNOME, this one uses XFCE desktop interface. Okay, so that's why it's quite fast and easy to use. Okay, so it again, XFCE is one of those desktop environments which can easily be used on old computers because it's fast and lightweight. So the login screen, as you've noticed before, would have been using Plymouth Mac OS uh, files. Okay, let's try to look at this time the new fetch. So I'm just basically going to right click here, open terminal, and this is its new fetch. Okay, so let's try to exit. Okay, so that it is neo fetch. So the neo fetch, by the way, of Macbuntu is uh, it's it has its own custom neo fetch. So you can see actually the name of the operating system Macbuntu x86-64. It has a kernel. It uses the kernel 5.11. Uptime, it's been up for 6 minutes. Resolution 1440, desktop environment XFCE, theme icons, terminal. So it uses the XFCE for terminal and terminal font Deja Vu Sans Mono 11. Okay, so that's its technical details using new fetch. So to exit. Now, if I'm going to click the applications menu here, you can actually see the different applications that comes along with Macbuntu. So, like for example, let's try to select accessories. We have your catfish file, uh, file search, character map, file manager, meet calculator, notes, You also have your blank. Let's try to select blank. Let's try to customize this blank at the bottom if it's possible. It's not opening. Somehow it's not actually opening. Let's go back again. Try to select blank. Because maybe it's already open, so that's why I cannot open it anymore. Okay, so we also have here web browser. So try to select what. Let's try to open this one using web browser. Try to see what is the default web browser on our let's try to close. Okay, so the default web browser, by the way, is Google Chrome. Okay, we need to update this one because I think this one has not yet been updated. Okay, so let's just try to close. And file manager, mail, mousepad, settings. Okay, let's try to select settings. We have here about me desktop. Um, preferred applications, XFCE terminal. Let's try to select this time our date and time. We also have your panel. So you have your panel at the bottom. Panel 0. Okay. Let's try to go back. Window manager. Maybe let's try to change the wallpaper a bit. Okay, let's try to select window manager. I actually selected window manager. Now okay, let's try to wait first. It's a bit slow for using my VirtualBox. So we can also change, if you wanted to change the display settings, you can click display. So currently its resolution is 1440 by 900, which was actually changed previously. So all settings. I can also select try to have other. Okay, let's try to select desktop. Maybe let's try to change the wallpaper. Try to customize it a bit. Okay, let's try to select this one. Okay, so we already have it here. Let's try to go back to. Okay, we can also change the menus as well as icons. Go back. Okay, so to close. Now let's try to see if there's also Office applications installed on our let's try to type Libre. Okay, there's no Office installed on it yet. So again, since this is basically Ubuntu based or Debian based distribution, we can just use sudo apt-get in order for us to download and install the Office. So it depends upon what type of Office you wanted to install. You can actually install Libre or maybe OpenOffice. So actually that's one of the advantages of using a distribution or Linux distribution that doesn't have any Office installed yet. Unlike the other Linux distribution which has already a pre-installed Office, where you still need to uninstall the Office, then try to reinstall your own Office. Your preference. Oh, okay, we already have it here, Office, but you only have here PDF reader at Trail, document viewer, and we also have Evolution. Now for multimedia, we only have VLC media player. For internet, of course, we have Google Chrome. We can also use AnyDesk, which I have also been using in Windows, and as well as QBitTorrent. For graphics, we have Pinta and Ristretto image viewer, as well as Shotwell. Okay, for accessories, these are all the different accessories that we can use to customize the looks and feel of our application or of our operating system. Settings, I'm still trying to look for how to change the time and the date. Okay, color profiles, okay, let's try to select color profiles. Okay. So Xrender, so it also uses Xrender. Okay, try to select date. Okay, we have here date and time. Okay, so we have here Manila, time zone manual. Try to select lock. Okay, So by clicking unlock, I need to specify the root password. Authenticate. Okay, so I can now actually change my uh, uh, calendar. Okay, so it's like to select manual. Internet servers. Okay, NTP. Okay, let's try to install NTP. NTP support. So, Bigsur icon and theme pack shell plugins are integrated. Find, find in software. Try to close. So I don't know what language this is. So it's on the 5th. Set to close. Let me just try to reinstall it again, so that at least I can. Okay, we have here available software for NTP. So shell plugins are integrated for pure state of this is Ubuntu 2104 LTS. So this is basically in LTS format or long-term support format. So okay, so we have here minimal structure components. So you only have minimal software installed. So I to close. And we can use it for daily we can use it actually for our day-to-day use. Okay. Um it also uses the Ubiquiti installer. Okay, so unlike in Endeavor OS, which I also have reviewed previously, uh Macbuntu uses Ubiquiti installer. Okay. It's customized except CE. Guess what I've been saying. Actually, it's it uses except CE. So this is actually Macbuntu. So uh, in terms of its looks, actually, Macbuntu is again one of those elegant Ubuntu-based operating system. And if you wanted to install something which people can uh, mistaken mis can be mistake or where it can be mistaken as a Mac on your laptop or desktop, maybe you can try to install Macbuntu. Okay, it's also in my case, I would actually use it for my day-to-day use, as long as I won't be using it for my programming use. Because for my programming use, I would still select other distribution. But if I were just to use it for my day-to-day office use, maybe surf a little bit, okay, download. I would recommend actually that you try Macbuntu because it's quite elegant. At the same time, also it's quite light. It's good for older PC or less powerful PC or laptops. If you find the contents of this blog useful or interesting, don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button. And if you wanted to be notified every time a new video is uploaded, don't forget to hit the bell notification button. Thanks.